Hey guys, so Gmo here, and today we're going to be looking at the top 10 best priest decks for the Rastakhan expansion. So yeah, I've been playing all these decks like all day, guys, so I have some experience and I'm going to tell you which one is, in my opinion, which one is the best. Although there's still a lot of time, the expansion just started, but so take it with a grain of salt, but in my opinion, this is what it is. And looking at the previous expansions, this is what has been best. So with addition a couple cards and maybe some new archetypes, this is the best that I can see for the Rastakhan expansion. For the wild, at least. Okay guys, starting off with number 10, we have the Cthun deck here. And then this deck right here, it's kind of hard to play, I'll be honest. You have to stay alive. You have to mulligan for everything to survive in the early game. Get the card draw, get everything so you can get, because your combo is going to take a long time, right? So yeah, you have to play all your turns very calculated. You have to use your Hamed as soon as possible, in my opinion, to end the game faster. And then you have to count your psychic screams to make sure at the very end you have no cards left to do your combo. And the combo is very easy once you know how to do it, right? But the ordering is very important. You have to go into your Reckless Experimenter first, then your Coughing Crasher because it's going to be reduced. This needs to go second. It's very important because this is what takes out your Cthulhu at the end of the turn. And then you do the Taking Abominations. Afterwards, you place the two of them. You end your turn. The Reckless Experimenter will take out the Mechatoon, and then it will die. And then that's how you win the game. But you have to make sure you have nothing on the board. It's kind of hard to do, but I mean, it's worth it. It's a lot of fun, I would say. Okay, guys, so this is how the combo goes, right? You gotta keep in mind the ordering. The ordering matters a lot. So this girl goes first. She discounts everyone in your hand, so then you have to put it in order. So then you have to go with this guy because he's gonna take the Mechatoon out at the end of the turn. And then you go with these two big boys, which will destroy the Mechatoon and win you the game because there's nothing left. So this is what that looks like. And then he dies, and he dies. Yep, it's pretty cool, but it's hard to do. Okay, guys, up next we have a tempo list. Even priest tempo list. It's very good, actually. I would say I take a lot of games. People mulligan completely wrong against this deck, and I just destroy them completely. They think I'm about to control the game and everything, and I just come in just hitting face like crazy. It's pretty fun. And yeah, just coin out turn first if you can, and just use as much tempo as you can. This guy's great. And then you finish off the game with some damage, such as we have the Mind Blast somewhere around here. There it is. I didn't see it. We have the Mind Blasts. We have the Spam of Shadows. We have the Holy Fire. You can turn all your healing into damage. We have the Renegade. We even have Circle Healing if the game gets too crazy. You need to get mind control. Squashlings that can do damage, actually. It's actually very surprising. I like this deck a lot. It's pretty good, and I've never seen any run it, so it's, but when I run it, it does well for me, so you guys should try it. Yeah, guys, so this one is a tempo deck, so just start as fast as possible. I'm going to go in with this guy, and on the following turn, I'm going to go with this girl right here. So this guy managed to clear our board, but since we had such a strong start and we managed to take him down to 8 health, then we could just close out the game with some Mind Blast, with some Holy Fire. Maybe we can turn some healing into damage, Squashling. We have plenty of ways to end the game. It's like a Tempo Mage, basically. So, yeah, let's just put an end to him. And that's the main playstyle of this deck. It's actually pretty fun, and I think it's underrated. Maybe, well, as time goes on, I'm going to refine it as well. Okay, guys, here for number 8, we have the Cthun deck. I mean, this deck looks pretty regular, but, I mean, it gets wins for me for sure. I don't know why, but it just works. I mean, if you get that Keller's at number 2, you just win the game. I know it's with a lot of decks, but this deck is just great because these bodies are like, they're just average, but if you make them better, just a little bit, they win in the mid-range game, and then the Cthulhu is just the icing on top, basically. And against a control deck, you're bound to win. It doesn't matter because your Cthulhu dies, you bring back to life. and then you just shoot at his face again, and they can't keep up normally. Just once Cthulhu just starts smacking you, or they don't have an answer, you load of them at the right time. It works out pretty well at the end. I like this deck a lot. I started playing when this deck was out, and I just love the concept. So I'm still pushing it to this day, but I'm sure it could get refined. But yeah, this deck list is definitely working for me. Yeah, this Cthulhu deck is basically just a mid-range deck with a hard finisher, but we do run Colossus on this deck, so whenever you do, it's a win scenario basically. So now in here, we're gonna play our Lothar, play this little guy over here, and just keep pushing. And then hopefully we'll have lethal soon. Oh, that was not bad. Yeah, guys, this deck is just a mid-range deck, and it destroys control. Like, you play your Cthulhu, you bring him back, you just guaranteed to win. And against aggro, you have that one card that heals for 10, you run taunts. It feels pretty good to me. That's the list that has been doing the best for me. We got deck number 7 here. We have the Heal Them to Death deck. Yeah, this deck just puts a lot of healing out, but then you switch it for damage, and then you hit face for a lot of damage. This deck, I would say it's a hard deck to play. It requires a lot of planning. You could screw it up so easily, and you have to find out how to survive too. But once you do it, it's so rewarding. Like the clip I'm about to show you guys, like that was my first time. Well, I played the deck before, but like the first time I was trying to get that clip, but it just felt good. It was pretty easy. But normally it's a lot harder than that, a lot more planning. Yeah, super fun deck. I recommend it if you guys are up for it. Okay, so there's many ways that you could do this combo, right? But I have already played the heal bot, the 5 mana one that heals him for 8, and I have already played that 1 mana that heals both of us for 4. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to Embrace the Shadows. I'm going to bring back 2. Bring back 2 once again. That should be exactly enough AoE, and that should be game. Yep, it's pretty cool deck, but it's kind of hard to do, and there's many ways to do it. But yeah, that was just an easy game. Okay guys, next at number 6, we have the Surrender to Madness deck right here, the dragon version. I put this deck in number 6 because I was playing it earlier and I just went in a crazy win streak. I won like 10 games in a row. Like this deck was just performing so well. Like with the Surrender to Madness is actually a lot better than you guys think. Well, since it just came out, a lot of people just threw it away disregarding it because they play it in turn 2, turn 3, and then it just like it doesn't work. I did that at first too, right? Yeah, I don't know. It was not the smartest idea, but then you start playing it on number 5 or number 6, number 7, whenever you have something to follow it up on, so you don't just lose all the tempo. And for example, in the games, when it's really late in the game, and then you're low in cards, your opponent's low in cards, and you guys are just battling out with no resources, the Surrender and Madness comes in clutch. It just pretty much secures the late game for you. And I'm also running Bonswandi here, because if you, with the Spirit of the Death, if you get a lot of 1-drops that get sent over there, and then you, throughout the time, you Surrender to Madness, you go into Bonswandi, and then you get like a N'Zoth effect, and then you just get a bunch of 1-drops, and the following turn you just play a bunch of 1-drops with crazy stats on them, and you just win the game from there. I haven't lost much with this deck. It actually is pretty good. I mean, the Dragon package by itself is strong. I mean, the Dustbreaker, the Scale Worm, the Operative, it's just an insane deck list, I believe. I think I'm going to try to push really high ranks with this deck. I like it. You guys should try it out too. So Surrender to Madness is best used whenever you have like 5 or more mana, and then you can set up a turn where next turn you could do something. Like this turn I wouldn't be able to do anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and Surrender to Madness. For the next turn I could go into this. Yeah, just whenever you have time between here and there. Okay guys, so up next we have the Spiteful Dragon Priest. And I mean, this deck is just very well. But it was very similar to the Surrender Priest. They play very similar, but I think this one comes ahead for a tiny bit. It generally just same thing. You have the dragons that just overpower everything in there. You have the Calusas. If you get the Calusas plus the dragons, it's just game from there. You build a lot of pressure with this. You even have AoE with the Dustbreaker. And then the spiteful is the thing that makes it different, right? You go into spiteful and then you free amber, mind control. It's just a big body on the board. It's just like a big tempo switch. I mean, for me, it has gave me some huge ass minions that would lead me to win the game. And then on top of that, mind control and free from amber, I would say they're pretty good cards. Well, mind control maybe not so much. It's very situational. If you get it in the first and like turn one, it's very terrible. But I had a lot of games where I just like as a resurrect priest, I was like that 4-8 taunt. I just steal it and I just OTK him. And free from amber, if I'm looking for something that I need, I mean, half of the time it works for me. I really like this deck list. But yeah. So in this deck, you just have a lot of big creatures. You're going to be winning the board most of the time. You're going to be doing great. And then you just have the Spiteful on top of it that's going to get out the mind control or the other guy. So yeah, we got a mind control. So it's going to summon me a big dude right here. Ooh, a long neck boy. But yeah, it just helps me close out the game even sooner, right? And if he tries doing anything, mind control, get his shit out of the way, and smack him to the dome. You know what I mean? Yep. On to the next one. Okay, guys, deck number 4. So this deck right here, it's pretty damn good. That's why I put it on 4. But yeah, this guy just draws a fuck ton, and then he clears the board repeatedly. Especially with Explosive Sheep, then you could revive it, and you could Spear Lash in the sheep, and then it's like 3 damage AoE. Yeah, and then the combo is basically just a Prophet Velen, then you copy him, and then you Mind Blast and Holy Smite. But you have to have the Emperor first. It might take some time, but normally there's other ways of winning. Like you could, sometimes they don't heal, so you could poke at them, and then you could do some damage in this turn, some damage on that turn. But I consistently get a good win ratio with this deck right here. I would recommend this one if you guys are trying to push. Okay, so the combo goes Prophet Velen. You get a copy of him, and then you blast him for 6 million damage. This damage will kill anyone in the game. And you have 16. Okay guys, up in number 3 here, we have the Reno Jackson Control Quest. A very slow deck, but I mean, it just works great. I mean, you just keep destroying everything on the board repeatedly. Like, I'll play this deck, and most of the time, I just win off the opponent just quitting. Because I just keep healing, I just keep destroying his stuff, and just destroying his morale on top of it. So just keep going at it, and then a couple games I win with the end pieces, like you have the Nazoth, you have the cloning gallery, you have a little bit of stuff, like you have the Anduin. You almost really just fatigue your opponent. There's some variations of this where you can run the fatigue version, but I like this version a little bit more. Just slowly just keep whittling them down until you win. Yep, I really like this list. So with this deck, you just control the whole game until you have your big threats like the Xerx's Gallery. Just flood the board. Pretty much win from here on. I'm about to finish my quest, and once I finish it, this guy will for sure concede. Yep, that's how this game goes. You pretty much just keep putting out big threats until they concede. So we just keep controlling the match, and pretty much this game is ours. Which means finish the quest. There's a good chance this guy will concede after this. Finish the quest. Bam. And then since he has that hero power, I doubt it actually. But let's just see how it goes. And there you go, guys. This guy conceded, like I said. Just little by little, just chip away at his patience. But yeah, that's that. Okay, guys. Up next, at number 2, I mean, you guys saw this coming, and was number one, I'm pretty sure. But you have the combo priest here, the dragon combo priest. Probably the best version of dragon priest that there is. It it just does well. You know, dragon priest just has a little overstated minions. It just trades really well. You pretty much just win on board every time. And on top of that, you have the random OTKs. Like, I wouldn't even say random. Like, you just could set it up so many ways. You could just win the game from like out of nowhere. Like your opponent doesn't even know half of the time. I really like this deck list, and yeah, it's top tier stuff right here. Okay, guys, for this deck, it's a dragon deck mid range. Keep punching at your opponent, and then eventually, you have this OTKs out of nowhere. You go ahead, double, flip it, and yeah, it's happens quite a bit. Just keep punching phase, and then every once in a while you'll get these OTKs. Pretty fun deck. It's very good, I would say. I like it more than Resurrect Priest most of the time. Okay, guys, number one deck for Priest in the wild meta here. We have the big Priest. No surprise here. I mean, if you want to get to Legend quickly, and I mean you love playing Priest like me, just play this deck and you'll just get easy wins. I'm about to show you a game too where whenever you just get the Yasharash out, you just win the game most of the time. It's like nothing your opponent can do most of the time. See, then you just snowball and you just it's just dirty. I don't even know. This deck is a little bit on the crazy side, I'd say. So yeah, with this deck, you guys all know this deck. Pretty much just get big dudes out, Barnes, or with that 6 mana card. Yeah, oh, this means basically win the game. And that's the beauty of this deck. It randomly gives you wins. But yeah, that about wraps it up. So yeah, keep tuned. I will be posting a lot more stuff. And yeah, I got a lot of ideas still. So yeah, please like and subscribe, guys.